Hello and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of May 18th to the 24th. So, first off, we have the recap from yesterday's Reiki energy. And that was a little message that I put on my Insta stories afterwards, but just to give you a little taste of what that was. We are looking at the ability to sort of turn off the junk in our lives and nourish ourselves with something real. And that can mean quite literally food as nourishment, or it can mean the entertainment that you're consuming, it can mean the interactions that you're allowing yourself to be a part of, or it could be just how you are letting your thoughts flow through your mind. And it's really about a focus of shifting from junk to substance. So if you have been consuming a lot of social media instead of reading a book or educating yourself on something real, it might be a time to take a break from that. If you've been having social interactions that are less than ideal, it might be time to kind of turn within and go into something more authentic. Meditate, communicate with your spirit guides, really stay connected to the high vibe energy around you rather than those that are lowering your vibration. And sometimes it is about food. If you're consuming all of the snack food in your cabinets, this is a good week to do a reset. And the biggest remedy that came through during the Reiki was water. So water is going to help you to reset on all of these fronts. If you have been eating too much junk, drink plenty of water and start to allow your body to naturally gravitate to fresher, more fruitful and juicy produce. If you have been looking at a lot of social media or binge watching a lot of television, maybe take a moment to watch some ocean waves or even just turn on the bathroom faucet and watch the water flow through. There's something about visually tapping into water's energy that's going to help reset your eyes. Or if you're into alternative remedies, you can also do a rose water wash for your eyes to help reset them from too much screen time. So look that up if you're interested. And if you have been listening to things that are less than high vibration, you can listen to the sound of ocean waves or water running or rain to help reset your ears' vibration. So that's just what happened from Sunday's Reiki, and it really fits well with what our cards are telling us this week. So this week I have pulled both cards from my very own Total Betty Goddess deck. If you're not familiar with the deck that I have created, it is available for pre-order right now over at michelleshaywalker.com. It is a deck of goddesses that have been updated with 90s role models to sort of just give them a little makeover, a little image update, so that you can kind of relate to the energy of the goddesses a little more. So we're going to start diving into those with these weekly tarot forecasts so that I can start to introduce you to some of these goddesses. And we pulled two cards, one for the energy of the week and the other for the advice. So the energy of this week, and this goddess has a name that's pronounced a variety of ways, so you may hear me say it several different ways during this video, but the best that I can come up with is Circe. So Circe, as portrayed by Sandra Bullock in the 90s movie Practical Magic, that is not the character that she portrayed, but that character is portraying this goddess in the deck, is a goddess of witchcraft, which was fitting for a Practical Magic character. But on top of that, she's also a reminder of kind of tuning out the outside world. So in Greek mythology, Circe is a witch who has been sort of isolated on an island, and she just kind of like lives in this little stone hut and creates all these potions and magic, and anyone that comes across the ocean, she tries the potions out on them. So little ethical gray area there, but the message that we're taking away from Circe is that this is a good week to turn in and start to work on your own magical manifestation powers. So your potions can be a variety of things. It can be the food that you whip up for yourself in your kitchen. So if you're gravitating away from that junk packaged food and into something more nourishing, think of every meal you prepare as a magical spell that you're setting up for yourself. And as you consume the spell, you consume the intentions that are behind that. So make sure that when you're preparing your food, you're focused on good and nourishing intentions. It could be that your potions are whipping up some sort of protocol for yourself in your routine for connecting to the spiritual world. So your spells, your rituals, your potions might be a combination of yoga and meditation and prayer so that you can connect to those higher vibrations. So if your intention this week is to disconnect from social settings that have been more of that junk food category and tap into the spirit realm instead, your potion is whatever routine helps you to find that centered alignment and communicate with the spirit world. It could be that your potion is simply drinking more water. There's a beautiful practice that you can borrow from Reiki practitioners, because Reiki practitioners can infuse food and water and drinks with Reiki energy. But even if you're not attuned to Reiki, you can do the same thing by simply setting an intention and placing your hands around a glass of water and infusing that energy into the glass. So again, it's very magical thinking. We're not going to talk about a witch goddess and not have some woo-woo come into play, and that's okay. This is also a sign that isolation might be a good thing this week. So yes, we've had a lot of that lately, I know, but even when we're isolated within our homes, there's a lot of connection with the outside world that we're still having. So take a look at the way that you're connecting to the outside world, be it through social media, news outlets, Netflix, Zoom meetings, Zoom calls, Zoom social hour, any of those things that are not feeling the highest vibe right now. You have full permission from Circe to careen yourself on an island and not engage in those things. And if there are things that you absolutely have to because your job requires it of you or you just can't get around it, make sure that you're setting those potions and those rituals so that you feel protected from any negative energy as you go into these interactions. The second card that we've pulled from the Total Betty Goddess deck is our advice to go along with this goddess. So the advice card, the energy that's coming in to help us fulfill these dreams, is Lowly Lady, as played by Felicity from the TV show Felicity. So Carrie Russell from the TV show Felicity is representing a Lowly Lady because Lowly Lady is all about feminine autonomy. Now, if you're not of a feminine gender persuasion, that's okay. You still have feminine energy within you, so this still applies to you. The Lowly Lady is a story from King Arthur that represents the idea that what women truly desire, what the feminine energy truly desires, is to be able to make her own decisions. And again, her using loosely, the feminine energy within you wants to be able to make their own choices outside of the influence of the outside world. So Lowly Lady's coming in and asking you if you are consuming some of these junk products because you feel an obligation to someone or something other than yourself. And how can you flip that perspective so that you are doing everything with your own highest priority involved? This is an idea of letting go of the people pleasing and the codependency that comes up in a lot of our relationships and really tapping into what you truly need. So this really goes well with the idea of the spiritual practice, the yoga, the meditation, the tapping into the spirit guides, because your highest self, the higher powers that you tap into when you get still, always have your interest at the highest priority. So I highly recommend with these cards and with the Reiki energy that you try out some form of meditation this week. Maybe your meditation is simply sitting in a room with the sound of ocean waves on your iPhone, staring at a wall, and that's okay. As long as you are not putting anyone else's obligations or needs above yours in that moment. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes if you have it, to allow yourself to just tap into your body. Let that water energy cleanse you in whatever way sees fit. And really recognize how you can put your needs ahead of the collective, and by doing so, allow yourself to show up more fully for those around you. Your needs first means cutting out the junk that you've been consuming and creating magical potions and rituals that Circe would do to be able to come back to your center. I hope that this reading has served you well. If you want to be a part of the Distance Reiki Collective on Sunday afternoons, head over to @MichelleShea on Instagram and just DM me a unicorn emoji. I know what that means. I'll add you to the list and you will get Reiki every Sunday for free. If you enjoyed the cards that we're playing with today, I have two options for you. One, the Total Betty Goddess deck is available for pre-order over on my website. The book is also going to be available for pre-order. It's in that listing, and it will be a coloring guide book that's available with the cards, or you can get the cards by themselves, or eventually you'll be able to get the book by itself, but there's no listing for that just yet. It will be available when I have photos of the book available for you. The other option that I have, if you like the Total Betty Goddess deck, is I am placing later today, so Monday afternoon on the 18th, I will be posting my Goddess card reading option on my website. So in addition to my normal Reiki healing sessions, coaching sessions, sample sessions, and tarot via email, I will have a special Goddess category that you can order a reading with me where I will read your Goddess cards, and we will have multiple cards pulled, multiple Goddess energy there to assist you in achieving your goals. So it's kind of like a tarot reading, only you got a lot of badass 90s female feminine energy at your back for it. So I hope that any of these options call out to you, and if not, I hope that you follow along on these readings. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe so that you get notified whenever they are posted. And if you would like to support the making of these videos and get a little invite to a special Akashic Records meditation that I'm holding later on this week in honor of the new moon, you want to be a part of my Patreon community. Patreon.com/MichelleShea. Your support helps to support these videos, and in turn, I give you free card readings, Akashic events, and audio downloads every single month. So check that out. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being here and showing up for your own spiritual growth. And I will see you again next week, if not sooner.